These are the 4 phases to dream incubation from the ancient Greeks, where they used to have these healing temples that they called the Asclepian temples that people would go to try and find some healing and or do this dream incubation practice. So phase 1 is the pilgrimage or trek and journey in time that it would take to get to one of these temples. Essentially meaning you don't want to just be lying down in bed, right before going to sleep, trying to whip up some dream incubation question right there on the spot, although that can work. And that's probably what I've been doing the vast majority of the time as I've been undertaking this the last few months. But what this has actually got me to do, which, would typically never fall into my typical wheelhouse, is it actually got me to line up my dream incubation questions with the full moon and the new moon, where, normally I just don't give a shit about that. Like, I've tried to kind of pay attention to my dreams on those nights, because sometimes people will say, like, it's better for dreaming and all that. Never noticed a difference, not at all. But something I did find here is that this, roughly whatever, 2 times a month cadence of that happening is a pretty good chunk of time to put as a pilgrimage, or to, just the circle that night on your calendar to be in a special night where you want to be getting good sleep and really pose this question that you've been putting some thought into for the last couple of weeks to try and get a good response from the dream. And we'll talk a bit more about that in the very next video coming up. Then phase 2 is the preparation and rituals they would do at the temple once they got there. I'll talk a bit about some ritual type things that I found work for me, because I'm typically like the least ritual type of guy around, but I did find some things that were quick and easy to do and did seem to kind of help. Then phase 3 is the actually spending the night in the temple and going to sleep and hopefully getting one of these dreams. And it can also be very beneficial to sleep in a different place than you typically do. Just that can even help with stuff like getting lucid, because you're in a bit of a different environment, so that can raise your awareness up just a little bit higher, which can help you get lucid by just that much. But it also helps to sleep in like a special place. You could even do this with some, if you have an extra room in your house or something, try and make this to be like your special dream incubation room. You can kind of check that box off on here. And then you have the day after, the 4th phase, where you're going to try and, pull the answers from the dream, decipher its meaning. And back in ancient Greece, in these temples, they also had people that these people who went to the temple would meet with to try and help them, decipher and get to the true meaning of the dream. So yeah, so that's it. That's the 4 phases of dream incubation from the ancient Greeks.